Right, welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation programme, featuring tonight the best in Anglo-American fun since somebody sat on the cream horns at the Boston Tea Party. Starring the all-American boy, Greg Proops, the all-American tall boy, Ryan Stiles, the mostly Canadian snappy dresser, Colin Mockery, and finally the more or less British easy chair, Tony Slattery. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... We're going to begin with a game called Scenes from a Hat. This is the hat. This is for all four contestants. You'll have to get ready. Into the hat, we've put lots of suggestions for little scenes to act out. These will be suggestions being made by members of the studio audience, and I'll just pull them out and buzz when I've got the idea of what you're doing. So here we go. Robin Hood selecting his merry men.
I'll have all of you!
Yes. Practicing voodoo.
Come on, doll, scream!
Before toilet paper.
Jimmy, get in here!
Oh, dear. The Princess and the Frog.
There were two of you a moment ago. I'm back now.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Kiss and tell. Librarian jokes.
And then he comes into the...
Very good. Yes, two hairs left on Clive Anderson's head.
Sure is lonely up here.
Well, thank you for the two anyway. It's actually only one. Your worst nightmare.
Hi, I'm Clive Anderson. I'm in your dreams.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All gentlemen. Reference to me. I have to mark that, and I give 5 points to everybody who didn't make a joke at my expense. That excludes most of the members of the audience as well, it turns out. So let's do film and theatre styles. Tony and Greg, you'd like to come down? I'm going to give them a little scene to act in just a moment. We'll have some different sort of styles, theatre styles, film styles for them to break into as the game goes on. Anyone got any suggestions?
Porter.
Pantomime.
Shakespearean.
What was that, Porter?
Porter.
Cole Porter.
Woody Allen.
Anyone-
Love Boat. Muppets.
Love Boat? Is that just your nickname for me? I don't know. I'm more Tugboat, actually. Now, what... Any more?
David Miller.
Yeah, we've already got pantomime. Now, what else? No, OK, you want a style, don't you? No, a scene. Tony, you're a passenger on a plane, and Greg is the friendly steward or stewardess. OK, that's your scene. And I'll give you some styles as we go along.
Duty free, overpriced stuff you don't need. Would you like a watch, maybe?
No, I don't, because your makeup's repulsive, like all their students. Right, then I'll have a couple of useless things. I'll have the teddy bear for £92.
All right. Thank you very much. And would you like maybe a carton of these?
All right.
Well, let's start with a horror.
Let's see what's in the carton first.
Yes, you fit into my plan quite nicely. This is my angry cart.
It's the stewardess from hell. Where's my crucifix?
Let's do a pantomime.
Did you see the way she spat at me, boys? We know a song about spitting, don't we? Off you go, then you start.
All right. Everybody over here, spit, 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 spit. Sing, damn it!
That's right. That's right, spit, spit. And my half of the audience go... Cough, 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 cough. Well, boys, who do you think...
Shakespeare.
My liege, yes, come stewardess-type person. You wheel your trolley forth with goodies, none of which I want.
Hot cheese, says I. See how I wheel my cart, and I caper and bandy about. So.
No! Wait! You cannot do this at your leisure. Please show me the safety procedure.
Right, that's 72 points. I have to deduct 90 for not being quite camp enough. But there it is. Let's move on to Questions Only. It's a game called Questions Only, and it's for Ryan and Colin. If you'd like to come down, all they have to do is to act out a little scene, but only speak in questions. Is that understood? Yes, of course it is. Now, the scene I want you to do is one of you is confronting the other about a girlfriend. You know, I don't know, breaking up your relationship, something like that. Only in questions, and I'll buzz when you've come to a natural end.
What are you doing here, Gary?
Why do you ask?
What are you doing around these parts?
Isn't it obvious?
Have you come about Shirley?
Is the Pope Catholic?
Did she tell you all about it?
Do you know where she is?
Didn't she tell you?
Would I be asking?
Can you satisfy her as I can?
Does this answer your question?
Where did you buy that?
Don't you have the catalog?
Have you noticed I don't have one?
What happened?
Didn't you read about it in the news?
Didn't I renew my subscription?
Weren't you driving that car? Where is it?
The car?
Don't you know what I'm talking about?
How can I help you?
Isn't it this in your pocket?
Well, skating on the borderline of taste there, albeit from the wrong side. I'll give 69 points to that. Now we go to a game called Superheroes. This is for all four contestants. Starting there with Greg Proops. He's going to be the first of the superheroes dealing with a major crisis in the world. The others are going to join in a way which will be familiar if you've seen the game before. First of all, let's think of a crisis for superheroes to deal with.
Flood!
Flood! Oddly enough, we've done that recently. Global warming is a nice good one. Global warming.
Ah,
It's a
yes.
phenomenon with the ice caps melting.
Yes, it leads to floods.
Global warming we'll stick with. That's very good. Now, what sort of superhero do you think Greg is? Sorry?
Undercover elephant.
Undercover elephant. That's excellent. Undercover elephant man. Make of that what you will. And you have to nominate what your next superhero is.
I bet I do.
Yeah, all that. So away you go. Global warming. Come in. Undercover elephant man.
I wonder if anyone's noticed. Oh, good. My secret's still safe. Boy, am I thirsty. Could I use a bun? Oh, good God, I better turn on the Universal Bummer Vision viewer. I sense something's happening, and I never forget. My God, the ice caps are melting, the ozone's being destroyed, there's global warming. My goodness, what can we do? I hope someone arrives soon to help me.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to take a cold shower. Boy, is it hot.
It's good to have you here, man who talks really, really slow.
Well, it's rise to rule.
Look, there's global warming taking place. We've got to save the Earth.
Oh.
I'm sorry I've been so long. I was having my bikini line waxed. I heard there's an emergency.
Thank God you're here, flatulence boy.
There's global warming.
I'll try and cool it down. No, that doesn't work. That's more heat.
I heard about the global warning.
Thank goodness you're here, Captain Ballerina.
Oh, I'm no help at all. You've got to go, flatulence man.
I know. I'll give the world something else to think about.
Welcome, ballet boy.
He's gone now. The crisis has been averted. You can take off. So long. Thank God that's over. I've got to get back to the circus and be frightened of a mouse.
Okay, well done. There we go. That's the best round of superheroes we've done for ages, so I'll give you all equal points, whatever they may be. Now we go to world's worst game for the world. All 4 contestants stand on the world's worst step and step forward just when you've thought of examples of the world's worst person to take confession. Okay, I'll buzz when I get the idea of what you're doing, and away you go, starting with Greg, apparently.
Tell me again, except this time go slower.
That's an appalling crime, my son, for which the punishment is this. You have to be in the studio audience of Kilroy.
Pardon?
No, go ahead.
Yes, these booths are really close. Is that Paco Rabanne? It's a lovely cologne.
Done it.
Yeah, I stuffed that. Pop down to shops and get me 20 Rothmans.
No, I'm listening. How do you like your burger?
You'll have to pardon me. I just dropped acid before I got here.
Carry on. Meh. Shh.
Everything's you. What about me?
I just have to score that last game, and there I've done it. Now we come to a game called Props, and they're divided into 2 pairs of 2 for this. And the first pairing is Ryan and Colin, and these are things you have to do as many different things as you can do with in the course of the improvisation as you can, while the other pairing of Greg and Tony, and you have to come up with ways of using those. And I'll buzz between the 2 pairings just as the fancy takes it, really, but starting over that side.
Look out! White blood cells!
What is it, Lieutenant Uhura? I'm Dennis Street Porter. Do you like my earrings?
Boy, that dandruff.
I'm Pinocchio. Who are you?
Pinocchio's friend.
Quick, disguise yourself as a Dalmatian.
Mrs. Pepper? It's twins.
We should never have let the poodles play on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest, Bridget Nielsen.
Okay, let's send that. Oh, we've got some more. No, ready, yes, sorry, well, I'm scoring that based on the audience's applause, and it's nothing each, I'm afraid. So we go on to a game called Scene to Music. Tony and Ryan, if you'd like to come on down, just a little scene, and we'll play in some music, and you have to sort of adapt yourself to that music as it comes in. It's rather mundane. Just, Ryan, you've arrived to fix Tony's fridge.
Have I?
You have fridges in America, of course you do.
Of course we do.
Yes.
Keep our food cold.
Yes. Good. Now, well, just do that. Do that for a bit, then this music will come in and...
Okay.
Fun of all sorts will begin.
I understand you're having
Yes,
problems
no,
with
come
the
in
fridge.
through the window. Yes, I'm having problems with my fridge. All my ice pops have melted.
I see. Well, I want you to know you got one of the most experienced fridge fixers around.
But he's not here, though, is he? I'll just get...
Quite how that music inspired those thoughts. We'll leave that to you. Well, I'll give you no points for that. Now we come to a game called Standing, Sitting, Mending, which sounds fun. Let's hope it is. As for Ryan, Tony, and Colin, if you'd like to come on down, there's 2 chairs are there for your assistance. And in this scene, at any given time, one of you must always be standing, one must be always bending over, and one must be always sitting down. So if the bending down one stands up, then the standing up one has to bend down. This will all become clear. I'm sure you've got the rough idea. But we need a scene for where they are. Oh, a chip shop. Do you know what a chip shop is? You've been in here long enough to understand it? It's a takeaway food shop of some sort. Okay? Right. Away you go then.
This takeaway food shop's going to the dogs. We need some new ideas. And I've got one.
Well, tell us about it.
Yes, tell us about it. What we need is a completely new logo.
A new logo?
Like what?
Well, keep asking me. Surely you've got some ideas as well.
Well, I have, but I'm not going to let you in. The problem is, I think we've got too much grease in our food. Why, take a look at this. This greaser here, it's not even hot, for God's sakes.
Well, we should think of something.
You're right. We've got to change the sign. Oh, what is this? All the chips you can eat for 49 pounds. What sort of incentive is that?
That's another
Yes, it is.
What if we, instead of potatoes,
Yes, tell me.
we use carrots?
Yes, carrots. And other sorts of vegetables as well.
Zucchini.
Yes!
My God, a rat. If the health inspector's found this rat, we've had it. We can't just leave rats lying around the place like...
There's a health inspector coming.
Where?
There's a health inspector coming. Act natural.
Quick.
That's so good, I'll give 5,000 points to Greg just for being left out of the game. Anyway, let's move on to Helping Hands. It's going to feature Ryan and Tony, if you'd like to come down. And they're going to be acting out a little scene with the help of these props, which have magically appeared in the studio. And Greg will be helping by providing the hands for Ryan to make it easier for him to act. And Greg will be thrusting his hands in there.
Where?
Well, there or thereabouts. And away you go, and you can work out from the props probably, but the idea of this is, Tony, you've gone to Ryan to find out about pet care.
Well, this is Fluffy.
I'm sorry. Oh, this is the little one, is it? Hello, Fluffy.
Yes.
Well, we'll just put her in the back.
Well, I wonder if you...
Is there a problem with Fluffy? Give me Fluffy, I was kidding. They love when you joke with them. Who doesn't, Dad?
There's simply one thing. I'd like you to show me the correct way to feed her,
To
please.
feed Fluffy?
Yes.
All righty, sure. Well, first, you gotta get the whiskers. We'll spill a few, because the rats need to eat, too, of course. But, you know, they love the soft food. They don't
Yes.
care for the hard food too
Yes,
much.
yes,
They don't
yes.
care for... I think I'll just grab a can of food here.
Yes.
Put it out in the bowl for Fluffy.
Yes, yes.
Actually, you know, I'm a bit peaked myself. I think I'll have Care for some. Have a little. Now, it's important to always keep up when you have animals around. You keep yourself up. That's
Yes,
why
well,
we use a little bit of this. Where's Fluffy? What was Fluffy? Was Fluffy a cat or a dog? Come here, Fluffy. You have a little too. You have a little too, Fluffy. There you go.
Yes, and also, Fluffy's been getting a bit hairy. There's a scissors there. I wonder if you could just
All
trim
righty.
her a
Scissors.
bit.
No, those aren't scissors. No, right down in the corner. I see him right down in the
Here we
corner.
are,
There
here we
they
are,
are.
there we
We'll
are.
just give her a little trim and neuter her at the same time. So we won't have a bunch of little fluffies around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet you're thirsty, aren't you?
You bet I am.
Why don't you just treat
Have a little of that.
treat yourself
You know what?
to some milk.
I think I'd rather have it mixed in with the stuff from the can, if you wouldn't mind. Right out of the bowl. Pour her in the bowl.
There we are.
There we go. And you know, you don't drink like humans. You have to lap it up. Lap it up.
We didn't learn learned much about pet care there. We learned a lot about human psychology there, I think. Oh, a million points. Now we go to a game called Hoedown, always popular with the contestants. Come on down. All four of them are going to make up a song on the spot in the form of a hoedown, and with the assistance of Richard Branch at the piano. So I'd like somebody to suggest something they dislike. Taking exams, that's a very good one. If you examinations, taking exams. So if you didn't like it beforehand, you'll certainly dislike it after you've heard the hoedown. We'll start with you, Greg, work down the line until we get to Tony at the end there. So we go, the examinations hoedown.
Oh, I went to college, I wasn't very smart. I'd throw my hands up, giving up at the very start. Every test I take, you know, get tested, would I fail? But it doesn't matter, 'cause I am Dan Quayle.
I had to take an exam. I studied very hard. I thought up very, very hard and put things on a card. I studied, tried all my best, and then I went and realized it was a urine test.
Oh, I love exams, they are so much fun. I love to take the paper and sit down on my bum. Oh, I am very smart. Oh, it might sound kind of silly, but I pass every test 'cause I write notes right there in my willy.
I hate examinations, it fills me with such fear. I get the collywobbles and lots of diarrhea. So if you are a student, don't care about the pain. Get through your exams by taking lots of cocaine.
And just a reminder, he's only joking. Just say no. We come to the end of that programme, and totalling up the points, I see that despite that, Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done, Tony. It does nothing for the special relationship that you're the only British contender and you win. But there it is, and you have to read the credits in a style of my choosing, which is the style of a youth presenter, please. You must have been that sometime, Tony. So it just remains for me to thank Greg Proops, Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery, Tony Slattery, Richard Branch, the piano, me, Clive Addison, saying good night. Good night. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation programme, which combines all the excitement of a game of cricket, all the good sportsmanship of an FA Cup tie, and all the dignity of an athletics urine test. Featuring tonight, making a welcome return to the show, Jim Sweeney, and then making a welcome return to Jim Sweeney, Steve Steen. Then the man who brings a smile to everyone's lips except his own, Paul Merton. And finally, the man who has more talent in his little finger than in several other parts of his body, Tony Slattery. With a truly enthusiastic audience, we start with a game called Authors. It's for all four contestants who'd like to come down, and they're going to tell a story now. Well, they're going to get the audience to suggest the title of the story, but they're each going to adopt the style of a favourite author. So who's your author, Jim?
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie. Yeah. Jolly good. Steve?
Andrew Morton.
Andrew Morton, yes. Ooh, a very unpopular author, one of our royalist members of the audience. And Paul?
Hello Magazine.
Yes, and Tony?
The Rhyming Couplets of Rupert Bear.
Quite a fine selection there. And now can we have a title? Make up a title for a story?
Weasels in the Fog.
Death of a stand-up comic. That's two or three of them with some experience of that. So away you go. I'll buzz when I've got the idea of your story.
Inspector Throgmorton surveyed the scene. There lay Charlie Chuckles. He was dead. Miss Marple entered the room. What do you make of it, Miss Marple? The frail old lady looked at him and said, I've still got all my own teeth, me!
I stopped him throwing himself down the stairs just at the last moment. It could have been so much bad for him.
So much bad for him.
That's Andrew Morton for you.
Paul.
As he came down the stairs, the elegant stairs built in the 17th century, but not finished until 1958, he caught my eye and I realised here was a man very much in love. Him and Di surely have got a marriage made in heaven.
Rupert spied his trousers on. Much nicer they were than Paul Merton's. With this thought in his head, he leapt out of the window. Then he wept, for he did see along the street someone who he thought was a bit of a geet.
You're babbling, Miss Marple, said Throgmorton. You're talking in rhyme. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you, I was so depressed I threw myself and tried to impale myself on Barbara Cartland's eyelashes, but it just didn't work.
Barbara Cartland, can there be a more respected woman in Great Britain?
Barbara Cartland, witch and hag, too much makeup, fascist bag.
27 points each there, plus a libel suit against Tony from Cartland's lawyers. Let's go to a game called Film and Theatre Styles. Paul and Tony, if you'd like to come down. I'm going to give them a scene, but I'd like some theatrical styles, some film styles for them to do it in.
Film noir.
You're working as a team tonight, aren't you? Any more? Sorry, Peter Jones? That's a shop in London. Doctor Who. Yes, we haven't done that for...
Children's nativity play.
Melodrama.
Horror, melodrama... Sorry, what was that?
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie. Right. All they have to do it for 40 years. That's really good. OK, that's good. Now, let's hope. Now, what are you going to do? Tony, you're a prisoner, and Paul, you're the jailer. So that's the scene you have to do. I'll give you the film styles as we go along.
I didn't do it. I don't deserve to go in there.
I think you're as guilty as hell after that last bit. Go on, in you go. In you go. Go on. In you go.
When are visiting hours?
They're between 8:30 and 9:30, every third Sunday.
What a cruel life this is.
Horror.
What a horrible suit.
That's good coming from somebody who's dressed up as Doc Holliday.
This is just lapsing into personal abuse. It's just abuse.
You shut your face.
Well, let's... you're already getting there already, but do children's nativity.
And then the jailer said to the baby Mary that there's no room in the jail.
I've forgotten it.
I did that in a nativity play. I burped, so that's
Yeah.
So it's like personal, isn't it?
Yes. It's lapsing into nostalgia now. Film noir.
Listen, Norris, you're never going to get out of this. But yes, Norris, that's your name. Bert Norris. You're never going to get out of this prison. I'm going to turn the light off. Look.
Yes, it's interesting the way the lights...
Hello, where's the cigarette come from? What's all this? Excuse me while I just get on my moped.
It's a long time since you've been on this show, isn't it, Paul? Okay. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Oh, look, it's Doctor Who, look! Have you noticed this cell is bigger inside than it is outside?
Yes, but you can say the same thing about my underpants.
No, you can't. And let's end on pirate film.
Arr, I know what we're doing. Yes.
Dyslexic pirate.
I'm gonna swing through those bars and then I'll be outside. Quick, come on, me hearties, let's break out of jail.
But I'm the jailer. Let's end there. I can't tell them all this. Right. Well, I'm going to give 54 points to Tony there, and I'm afraid -9 points to Paul for taking it all too seriously. So let's move on now to a game called Foreign Film. This is for Jim and Steve. They're going to act out a film in a foreign language, but to help us, Paul and Tony will translate for them, more or less as we go along. So what language? Any sort of language you like to have? See if that's done.
Swahili.
Turkish is good. That's Turkish. Don't often get Turkish. And a title for a film. Somebody else got a title for the film.
Going to Scotland.
With a bit of Turkish in it somewhere. Well, A Journey from Turkey to Scotland. It certainly could be in Turkish, or just Going to Scotland. That's the title of the film, and in Turkish and translated for us by our translators.
I've got terrible wind.
Did you see the Eurovision Song Contest last night?
Gwent.
Bucks Fizz come from Gwent.
I've just said exactly the same thing as I did the first time.
Can I borrow a cigarette?
Sure, take the pack.
At my age, you're starved of love.
Well, I must be off.
Coochie, coochie, coo.
It'll cost you 50 quid.
Well, my apologies to the Turkish community and also to the Scottish community because they never got anywhere near Scotland, unfortunately. So I'll give no points anyway. Now let's do Scenes from a Hat. This is a game for all 4 contestants. And this hat, which is hidden under here. Into the hat, we've got lots of suggestions made by the studio audience of little scenes that they have to act out. And I'll just read them out and I'll buzz when I get the idea of what we've done. OK, a lot of points going on this round, as you can well imagine. Indeed, I think you're probably going to have to imagine. First scene, buying a doll with a pull-out string.
I want a doll, please!
Mother, get back in the car.
Yes, very clever. Deep-sea divers watching a football match.
I still say the pitch is waterlogged.
Yeah. A pecking order for fruit.
Say it again, what?
Pecking order for fruit.
Yeah.
Me first.
Yes. Well, that was certainly very fruity, Tony, I guess. But not something you want to peck. Queen bee selecting a suitor.
Fancy a shag?
I don't think you'd want me. I'm Giles Brandreth.
Odd things to celebrate.
I had my first piss 35 years ago.
Yeah, doesn't get any odder than that. Strange caveman inventions.
Look what I have made. Mobile phone.
Things you wouldn't expect to find in a kangaroo's pouch.
Lord Lucan!
Joy riding elephants.
Come on, Joy, get off there, come on.
Having scored that last game, the scoring is becoming really very interesting. I think I'll just have a look at it. It's so interesting. Yes, now let's do another game called Props. They divide into 2 pairs of 2 for this. Tony and Steve, you're the first pairing. You have to come up with as many different ways of using that item, or possibly even those items, they come apart, in the time available. At the same time, Jim and something else under here for you. There it is. And we buzz between the two pairings. I'm sure you've seen this play before. Starting over your side, Tony and Steve.
It's the new Madonna book.
Large fries, large fries.
Large fries, large fries.
You can't be. I'm Captain Dickhead.
Yeah, it's about the starch in these underpants.
Just got to get the elephant to cough. Yeah, cough.
And the World Camp Table Tennis Competition.
So I first joined the Royal Ballet, I don't know, about 1968.
Hello, my name is Ranulph Fiennes. I've just walked across Antarctica.
Do you mind? I'm in here. Come on.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. Very good. Jolly D. And it's fairly obvious who won that game. And now we go into another one, which is called Alphabet, for Paul and Jim, if you'd like to come down. They're going to act out a scene, but they've just got to begin each line with successive letters of the alphabet. So A, B, C, and so on. But we don't have to start at A. I've got a favourite letter we'd like to start with. Sorry? J. Right, you're very firm about that. You've researched that. J. OK, it's too late to revise the alphabet, Paul. And just do a scene of a confessional. OK, but starting with J and ending on J. And there you go.
Just come in, son. Come in and just tell us your sins.
Kevin, my next-door neighbour, I buried him up to his neck in sand.
Let's see if I've got this right. Kevin.
My, yes, that was his name, yes, Kevin, yes.
No, not Kevin.
Oh, yes, it was.
Please don't tell me it was Kevin.
Q? What word begins with Q?
Q does. The word Q begins with Q.
Q? Gardens is where I buried him up to his neck.
Right, well, that's a terrible sin. There may be no way that I can absolve you.
Surely, Father, there must be something you can do.
Teddy! I could give you a little teddy. And you could cuddle it. It might make you feel better.
Urdu. I like your Urdu.
Very kind of you to say so. Thank you very much.
Winderling.
Xylophones need this to make the notes shine better.
Youngsters know best.
Z. I'm Jimmy Olsen calling Superman. Z.
About time, too. I wonder when Superman was going to turn up.
Big git Superman.
Yeah. Chair. Can you tell me when he's going to get here?
Don't know, but he could be here any minute. Look, there he is.
Everyone's looking up at the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Frankly, I don't know.
Good heavens, look at the way he's soaring towards us.
Help, he's going to land on our heads.
Incredibly so.
Just a minute, I'm off.
Well done. I think I'll give Jim double points there for spelling correctly. Nothing there for Paul. Now we're going to come to a game called Scene to Music. Scene to Music with Jim and Steve. If you'd like to come down, all they can do is to act out a little scene, and then they have to bring in, incorporate into their acting something which fits in with some music, which will come in after a few seconds. Just a scene at the greengrocer's. Scene at the greengrocer's.
More veg. OK. I did say veg. Hello.
Welcome to my greengrocer store.
This is the friendliest greengrocer I've ever been in.
It certainly is. Help yourself.
Thank you. So I helped myself. That's what he told me to do, but I couldn't help but think there was something else behind it.
As I looked up from my counter, I noticed he was helping himself to some coleslaw that I'd already prepared some moments earlier. This told me he was the coleslaw kid we were looking for.
Well, I'll take some of this coleslaw. How much is it? I knew how much it was. I'd seen the price already, but I wanted him to tell me.
I found found his request extraordinary because the price was clearly written up on the board. I gave him an eyesight test. Can you read that?
Sure, I can read that. I said I was bluffing. I couldn't see a thing. Now, I'll take some of this coleslaw and maybe some sprouts.
Sprouts. Yeah, the keyword sprouts. 15 years ago, we'd met over a pile of sprouts. But it all ended very messily and very windily.
We met many years before over a pile of sprouts. We were both naked. We moved for the wrong sprout. Brought tears to my eyes, I can tell you.
But you know what they say? A man can fire on one piston. And he'd had a big family.
I got the impression you could have kept that up all night, but then I realised I just had forgotten to buzz. Anyway, and a shock lead there you're going to, Jim, so well done. Now we come to party quirks. Yes, this is going to feature Paul Merton as the host of the party. All the others are guests of the party. They look at the envelopes in front of them. Each of the guests have been allocated a strange way of behaving or a quirk, and Paul has got to guess what that strange way of behaving is, just from the way they're doing their improvising. And indeed, so have I, because I've lost the list of what they're doing. But anyway, Paul, if you'd like to come on down here, I found it again. Paul, you come down here to be the host. The others come in through imaginary doors. I make doorbell noises. Is the party underway, Paul?
Yes.
It's a sort of cupboard opening party, obviously. MFI man.
Hello, George, come in.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I see the party is underway. I'd better get myself together. I'll occupy this situation here. I see you got all the food laid out in the stalls. I see one or two of them are slightly overweight.
Yes, come in. Racing commentator.
Yep.
My God, that's incredibly natural. Just walking about. Wizard. I'll put some whale music on. Anything else you want?
Yeah, well, help yourself. What would you like?
I can't believe you're taking it so well. It's brilliant. I mean, I brought the video camera to video it when it happens.
Are you a sort of expectant father?
Yeah, that's close enough, yes. You can show them about
Twiglets.
You have by the look of it. Yes, there were some twiglets over here. Yes. Glad to help. You've come as Tony Slattery.
As you can see, that's close enough because he came as a chipolata. No, Chippendale, sorry. I don't know, I got it wrong. Very good, Paul, very good. And now we go to a game called March. This is for everybody. If you'd like to get in a position, everyone's going to make up a song on the spot with the assistance of Richard Vranch at the piano. So, a march song they're going to do about something somebody dislikes.
Tomatoes. Potato. Sprouts.
All vegetables generally, okay? Vegetables, tomatoes, all that, so vegetables. The vegetable march. Away you go.
I love to go out shopping. I do it every day. I shop over here and I shop the other way. I buy lots of things, but I never buy veg because it's sold by a man called Reg.
I hate everything! Everything that's green. All kinds of vegetable to me are obscene. I wouldn't spend all day working on a plot. No, quite frankly, I'd feel a bit of a twat.
I hate vegetables, I wish they would all finish. But amongst the vegetables I really hate is spinach. I hate all kinds of vegetables, I hate every single one. And if I had the right to get rid of them, I probably would do, really, you know.
I've got an aversion of vegetables. They really make me puke. Except for one tomato. I like him. He's called Luke. But the biggest pair of vegetables who really make me sick are the two from Good Morning with Anne and Nick.
Oh, dear. Right. OK, and this is very exciting because for the first time for a long while, it's a dead heat between all four people. So well done. And you've got to do the credits in a style of my choosing. So can Paul and Tony do a football interview while they're reading the credits, and the other two are the irritating people who get into the shot behind hand. It just remains for me to thank Jim Sweeney, Steve Steen, Paul Merton, Tony Satty, Richard Branch, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation programme which does make a drama out of a crisis and possibly could make a drama out of El Dorado, who knows. But featuring tonight the almost impossibly cool Greg Proops, then the almost impossibly tall Ryan Stiles, then the almost impossibly talented Josie Lawrence, and finally the most impossible Mike McShane. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. We start as usual with the first game, and this week will be film and theatre styles for Josie and Ryan. Well, come on down. I'll give you a scene to improvise in just a moment. First of all, I'd like some suggestions, please, for film or theatre styles.
Disaster movie.
Marx Brothers, disaster movie. Anyone from behind my back? Sorry?
Popeye.
Popeye and weepy dramas. You're a sweet sort, aren't you? A sort of three-tissue movie. Or is that a different sort? Sorry. Sorry? Bolshoi Ballet. Sorry, go on. Hang on, you're coming on the rush now, aren't you? Now, what's your game? I can't find what I'm supposed to give you here. Yes, Josie visiting Ryan in hospital. Josie, you're visiting Ryan in hospital? That's why the chair is there. NHS cuts. We need the beds. There we go. I'll give you some suggestions of styles as we get along.
I brought you some grapes and some biscuits and some... Oh, nil by mouse. Never mind.
Did I not ask for some scotch? I mean, the fruits are nice, but I could use a bit of alcohol, quite frankly.
I brought some scotch. Shall I put it in your drink?
I think we're getting there. Disaster movie.
Yes, put it in the drip.
Oh, no! The drink's overflowing! It's burst! What are we going to do? Wait a minute! On your legs! Traction! Beep, beep, beep,
No, not that one! Not that one!
Let's calm this down with a bit of Bolshoi Ballet. Okay, some sort of weepy, a rather sad, you know.
That really hurt.
You've pulled my groin. Not that it was bad. I mean, it's the most exciting thing that's happened to me since I've been in this hospital.
Oh, darling, don't die on me. You're my very life, my very soul. If you
I could never leave you. Leave you alone with the children.
I'd be jealous of the angels up in heaven if you were to go.
I will stay with you here forever.
That's in there. That's very good indeed. Brilliant. I forgot to score that game. But it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Now we come to a game called Song Styles. That's Josie and Mike together, making up a song on the spot with the assistance of Richard Branch at the piano. And now, let's give them something to do it about. Something you might find in an office. Anybody got any... Death? A very unpleasant office. Paperweight? OK. You got together on that one, aren't you? So let's do Paperweight. Just do it as some sort of love duet, if you would. Mike and Josie about a paperweight.
Ooh,
you.
Give it.
Our love is so heavy. It's so heavy, I can't wait to tell you how I feel about you. So I give you this paperweight.
Well, I love you, baby, I love you. And I think I know your caper. Come on, baby, put your weight on me and treat me just like paper.
You're gonna fly away unless you have some weight on you.
Wait on me.
I'm the weight you've been looking for, and I know just what to do.
Oh, baby, you never make me sad, never make me frown. You will never weigh me down. I love you and it's not too late. You're my loving paperweight. You're my paperweight. You're my paperweight.
And that's a classic. You've just seen improvised the next entry for the Eurovision Song Contest. And it should win, really, shouldn't it? That's a sad thing. OK, let's move on to Whose Line, which is going to feature Ryan and Greg. If they'll come on down. They've just improvised a little scene and incorporated in the improvisation. Each have 2 lines supplied... Oh, one way around there. I hope you didn't get a glimpse of that. Lines supplied by members of the studio audience. Just pull them out and just use them as appropriate. What am I drivelling on about here? Yes, you're getting volunteers in the trenches. That's the improvisation, but you've got to include those lines. Getting volunteers in the trenches.
Yes.
Like,
Trenches.
Like First
Well,
World
we're
War.
about to go over the top.
I'm ready for it, sir.
Does that mean you're volunteering, Simpson?
Well, I guess so, yeah.
That's the spirit.
I should have shut up, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you should have.
I'll go over the top with you, sir.
Are you gonna fix bayonet and go in there no matter what it takes? There's a lot of people. You could die, you know.
You bet I will, because I'm a Marine. And in the Marines, our motto is, I demand to have some booze.
Yes. Well, you've earned it, Simpson. Fortunately, you brought your own. Good for you. Well,
I'll take yours as well, sir.
I'll have a shot too, Simpson. You know, I remember when I joined up in the Marines, the recruiting officer turned to me and he said, "Lick my earlobes and call me mama."
Oh,
You wouldn't mind doing that right now, would you?
you were in the Navy.
Well,
briefly. Oh, well, Mama!
Thanks so much, Simpson.
You know, that has brought me closer together. Well, now we have something to fight for.
Yes.
We both love each other.
Yes, we do, Simpson.
Yes.
We're fighting for truth and justice in our budding relationship.
We're going over the top.
Yeah.
There's no way you could stop me.
No.
There's only one thing you could say that would make me think twice.
What's that?
Dip it in gin and reduce the swelling.
I'd like to, Simpson, but there's no time for that now.
Come
we
on.
have to go.
Well, you got the booze right here. Why not?
We'll dip it in gin later. But first, our battle cry before we go over the top.
Right.
Put on the wetsuit and cover me in trifle.
I think that's as good as that game gets. So out of 100, 1 point each. Now move on to a good game. This is called Standing, Sitting, Bending. It's for Josie, Greg and Ryan, and you can employ those chairs as well. It's very straightforward, this. At any given time, one person always has to be standing, somebody else has to be sitting down, and the other person has to be bending over. But if the bending over one stands up, then they all have to change around. OK, so can you just think of a nice sort of crisis-torn sort of place 3 people might meet in? Mountaineering.
Singles bar. Singles bar is good.
Singles bar. I've got a sort of hint that you like to do singles bar, so that's good. Just trying to get one that's kind of got a bit of options of movement. So a singles bar, a bit of competition there. Take it away.
Hi, my name's Phil.
Hello, I'm Gary. Oh, I'm sorry, were you talking to Phil?
No.
Because if you are, just let me know.
No, my name's Sonia.
Oh, Sonia!
Yeah.
Lovely name.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Hi. Sonia, I'm Phil. This is Gary. He's my newfound friend.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Is that an American way?
Oh, yeah.
Say, would you care to dance?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Dance a little with me.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll sit this one out.
No, I'll sit this one
Oh,
out.
all right, I'll dance with
Well,
you.
then you two do.
OK, thank you very much. Thank you.
I guess we should have
Brief but good game there. Oddly enough, won by Mike McShane because he bribed me. Now we come to a game called News Report. This is for Greg and Ryan. Are going to be in the TV studio over here. Well, they're all in a TV studio, but you'll be in an imaginary one as well. Doing a news report. While out in the field, we have Josie, who'll be interviewing characters who come along. And it's... oh, sorry. Yeah, have that. You certainly can. It's a news report, but it's about a nursery rhyme. So something like Jack and Jill, Humpty Dumpty. Anyone suggest something you'd like to be done? Little Bo Peep, perfectly good one. So it's a news report programme about Little Bo Peep, expert in the studio, who is played by Ryan, interviewed by Greg, others out in the field. Take it away when the music comes in.
Good evening. I'm Tongue Deeply. And welcome to What The? The show where we explain nursery rhymes as they happen. Little Bo Peep, she lost her sheep. She doesn't know where to find them. We have an expert on sheep with us here today. Dr. Lepus Wool. Doctor, any comments?
Well, I know that it wasn't virgin wool. I'll tell you that, my friend.
I think I know what you mean. Oh my God, I have someone coming in my ear right now. It's Kenesha. Kenesha Dinge is out in the field with a special report. Kenesha.
Hi, Tongue. I'm here with,
Hey, quiet down back there.
I'm here with Little Bo Peep herself, obviously quite upset. Bo, how did this happen?
It didn't happen at all. I went out in the back to take a piss. I came back out. I don't believe I just said that. I'm sorry, I've been drinking with the sheep. I found them in a pond.
Thank you, Kenesha. Little Bo Peep, she's wasted. Wow. What about leaving them alone and letting them come home wagging their tails?
Would you come home wagging your tail if a 300-pound woman was pissing on you?
No. Absolutely wouldn't.
I think the sheep are gone, my friend. They're gone. Bermuda, they got a ticket. They're not coming back.
I gotta hand it to you there, Doctor. You're absolutely right. Something else is in my ear here. It's Kenesha Dinge. She's out in the field with someone else. Kenesha, chucking it to you.
Yes, quite a scoop. I've just found Bo Peep's best friend, Mary, quite contrary, who, all the sheep seem to have gone to her garden. They seem to prefer you, Mary.
Well, you know, I know how to take care of sheep. I understand them. I talk to them. I read them stories, and I make the right kinds of foods for them. Bo Peep, you know, we're talking about ritual abuse. We're talking about a stunted childhood. We're talking about shaving corn circles on their backs, and it's not a very nice thing to see.
Not a very nice thing at all. Back to you, Tongue, and see you later.
Thank you, Kenesha. Any final comments, Doctor?
Sheep, where are they?
Yes, I have to agree there. Tune in next week on What The? When we talk about Little Boy Blue and children and horns.
A game called Song Titles. This is for Greg, Mike, and Ryan. If they've got to come down, all they have to do is improvise a scene, and the only restriction on what they say is they must only speak in song titles. Sounds easy? It doesn't. There is just a place where three people might meet.
Laundrette.
A laundrette. Everyone always suggests laundrette for whichever game I ever ask for. It's obviously where people go to meet people. So you're in a laundrette, only speaking in song titles.
Okay. Leader of the pack?
Everything's coming up roses.
Dirty laundry.
Let it be.
Layla!
Help!
Hello, Dolly.
Bill!
Rawhide?
Yummy!
Ooh, dizzy.
Ooh, you've lost that loving feeling.
Sugar.
These are good.
Oh, thanks for the memories.
Okay, well, a pen's flying around. It's so excited about the scoring. And it's even Stephen at the moment, which is odd because Stephen isn't even playing. But let's move on now to party quirks. And this is going to feature Greg Proops as the host of the party. All the others are guests of the party. Now, to each of the guests, if they look at the envelopes in front of them, they've been allocated a strange way of behaving, a quirk, and they have to display that in their improvisation. And Greg, you have to guess what it is.
Okay.
And if you guess it, why, I think you could have this game sewn up tonight. Come on down and get the party underway. The others come in around there. I'll make a sort of doorbell noise. Party ready, is it, Greg?
Yeah. Ooh, Kylie Minogue's greatest hits. Boink, right in the bin. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, Ernest Borgnine, spoken word. I'll be back.
Hello,
Hi, Josie.
What are you wearing that waistcoat for? Are you taking the mickey? Bread and lots of butter. I like butter.
Well, of course you do. Would you like some tuna?
Oh, no, not tuna, please.
I didn't think you would, you kookaburra bird, you. Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Howdy, bud. Set sail across the water here, and I'm ready to play a little poker.
All right. Hey, have you met my friend, the incredibly lunatic woman?
Would you like some milk?
Well, howdy, ma'am. That's utterly amazing.
Well, get out of here, you old calf. Hey, Mike. You want a drink?
Well, sure. A Southern Comfort and a spit in it. I'll pour by myself there.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, how are you? How's things?
Good, good. Have you met my friend, the Mississippi Riverboat Gambler? Ryan, why are you closing my blinds?
Well, I don't want anybody to see him. Has the sacks arrived yet?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Get out of here, you old Secret Service person, you old presidential guard.
That round has to be marked on audience acclamation, and you've just been disqualified. So let's move on to a game called Helping Hands. This is for Ryan and Josie, if you'd like to come down. They're going to act out a situation. But to help Ryan, Greg will be providing the hands for him. So he can rest his own. I don't know what he's going to do with them in the meantime. A simple thing, Ryan, as you put that apron on, you're just somebody who's mixing a cocktail for Josie. Perhaps you're in a cocktail bar, something like that, mixing a cocktail. You've got all the... You've got all the accoutrements there, plus Greg strapped to your bottom, and away you go.
Oh, I can't think what to have. Surprise me.
Surprise you, I will, my friend. This is what we call a cup grabber.
That's amazing.
Is
Is it true that you taught Tom Cruise?
Yes, I did teach Tom Cruise everything he knows. We'll just
show
take
me
it in
how you throw the
Alrighty.
bottles about.
No, we don't just put easy way would be just to put it in the glass, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was a bit too far. We'll get it. There you go.
I like the way you spin the bottles round.
Do you indeed? You know, there we go. Sure. Remind you of anyone you know.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll put a
little Bacardi,
just an
right?
ounce. Just an ounce. Carefully measured.
I want some more colour, though. No, I want some more colour.
All right, a little color for you. I'm a Yokohama mama. All righty. We'll just grab this right here. A few nuts.
A few nuts?
It's a
peanut colada.
Yes. You bet it is. Let me feed you this.
I want some of this. I like this colour.
Do you indeed? All right, let's just throw a little of that. Little of that in there. Another carefully poured out. There we go. And a little more ice. A little more. We'll shake this. No, we'll shake that. Okay, a little more ice. And we just...
Now, you...
There we go.
You taste it first. Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, I want you to. Go on, knock it back in one.
That's it. Right. All right, that's... Oddly enough, that round was won early on with the peanut colada line, so Josie into a storming lead. As we move on to a musical, this is for all 4 contestants, and they're going to make up a musical, American-style musical, about somebody here in the studio audience, with the assistance of Richard Vranch there at the piano. I'm going to find or select somebody now, and to see what we can make it about. Yes, let's come to this right. This is always a popular area. You, sir, you've been enjoying the show tonight, haven't you? Never mind. What's your name?
Robert.
Robert. Now, is there something you've done the last week in your life we can feature in this musical? Something good? Or bad?
I taught a course.
You taught a course?
I taught a course.
What sort of course?
A business course.
Business, so teaching a business course. Have you got any sort of ambitions, something you'd really like to do?
Go to Australia.
Go to Australia, that's very good. Is there something you have to celebrate recently?
Celebrations, yes. We came third in a rock and roll championship.
Well, this entire row here?
Me and this young lady.
Me and this young lady, well, jolly good. So here we go. We want to feature in this musical. We're going to have coming third, a rock and roll championship, going to Australia and teaching a course about business. Lots to get your teeth in there. Take it away.
Hey, man, we gotta get our band together. We gotta quit these stupid accountancy jobs, man.
I know, man. I've got one more business to take care of, and after that, let's get our guitars and go to Australia.
Yeah!
Home of rock and roll.
Well, I dig AC/DC, and I dig INXS, but you haven't heard the Bitchin' Wallabies, cause we really are the best.
We rock, airs rock, completely nude. All right, Robert.
We jump to and fro, cause we have marsupial pouches. We lay around the house and watch TV, cause we have big couches.
We live on a diet of sour milk and koala turds. And we just make up all the words.
Good day, welcome to Australia.
Wow, hey. Good to be here.
Hey, are you guys in a band?
Yeah, we're the Bitchin' Wallabies.
The Bitchin' Wallabies? Haven't you heard? There's a big rock and roll championship today.
Is there really?
Yeah.
It's just our lucky day. What's it like?
Well, looking at you guys, I can see you're good. You play your instruments like a good band should. I can see. Have you heard? I think you're good enough to come third. That's not much support, but I'm with you.
Well, thanks.
Come on, guys. It's time to start the competition.
All right,
I
Sheila.
think there's a good chance that we will come third, you know. Let's go out there and give it all we've got. Hello, everybody. We're the Bitchin' Wallabies.
Well, clap, goddammit!
Thanks, Sheila.
Yeah, all right, man.
Everybody meet the band. This is Frankie, Howard, and Chip. We're so glad to be here in the rock and roll championship. Oh, everybody's happy, as happy as can be. We don't care about first, care about second. We only care about three. 'Cause we're the Wallabies.
The Wallabies.
Wallabies from down under. Wallabies!
Wallabies!
Come on and hear our thunder. We're the Wallabies!
Wallabies!
We don't take no for an answer. Wallabies!
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 Now see him, he's a really neat dancer. Come on!
Go it, Robert!
Wallabies, 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 Wallabies.
Life of Robert in song, we come to the end of tonight's programme. And taking up the points, I see it's a dead heat between Greg Proops and Ryan Stiles. So well done, Greg and Ryan. And the prize for winning is, as usual, to read the credits in the style of my choosing. I like to do it the style of two hecklers at some sort of performance. So it just remains for me to thank Greg Proops, Ryan Stiles, Josie Lawrence, Mike McShane, Richard Branch, the pianist, me, Clive Addison, saying good night. Good night. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation show which makes Reservoir Dogs look like 101 Dalmatians and The Silence of the Lambs look like an advert for pure virgin wool. Featuring tonight the People's Champion, Jim Sweeney, and then the News of the World's Champion, Steve Steen, then everybody's Sunday Sport, Tony Slattery, and finally the Sunday Times Weekend Supplement, Mike McShane. We start with an enthusiastic audience, which is good, but we start with a game called Scenes from a Hat. This is the hat. Into it have been put lots of suggestions for scenes for all four contestants to act out. I'll just pull them out of the hat, and as you hear them, you've got to do them. I buzz when I've had enough, which is after about 3 seconds. So see how many can do. The more we do, the more we will have done. And we start off with the things the stewardesses should really tell you about safety features.
And if the plane goes down, kiss this goodbye.
Okay, thank you. That's funny and comforting for anyone going on a flight. The worst job in the world.
I'm here to buff Clive's head.
Well, thank you, Mike. That's Olympic sport we'd like to see.
Ready?
No!
Oh,
God, oh, no!
Yes. Yes. I think Humping the Tony is in it already.
You gotta see the synchronized Humping the Tony. It's really good.
A kissogram with bad news.
Ding dong.
Hello?
She's left you, she's left you. She's never coming back again. She's left you.
Very good. All right. Here's a good one. Siberian National Theatre open-air presentation of Tarzan and Jane.
Oh, Christ, it's cold.
Done in Glasgow, then, obviously, from the accent.
Good talking away.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
That'll be £2.50, please.
Right. Tony eats at the Ivy, obviously. Auctioneers at a party. Auctioneers at a party.
Who wants a beer? Anyone want a beer? Got a beer?
What you didn't expect to find at the end of the rainbow.
Jeremy Beadle!
Okay, it's in there. Thank you very much. That's the that game traditionally ends with the first mention of Jeremy Beadle. That gives you a 6 and out, Jim. So there we go. As we go on to the next game, which is film and theatre stars. So Mike and Tony, let's come on down. And what they have to do is act out a little scene employing a variety of film or theatre styles. Anybody got any suggestions?
Punch and Judy.
Punch and Judy, that's a good one, yes, thank you. Rock opera from round the back.
El Dorado.
El Dorado. We're doing amateur dramaticals already. Now let's move on. Give you the style, the scene rather. Two people stuck on a desert island for just a little bit too long. Okay? Where you go.
I spy. Oh, this is hopeless! This is hopeless. We must build a fire.
With what? With what? We have a lot of things to put a fire out with, but we have nothing to build a fire with. I'm buck naked, you're buck naked, the tree's gone, the dog's been eaten, we have sand. A big lump of sand.
A bit of El Dorado.
There is lots of sand here, yes. That's because it's a crappy film set.
And if we dig deep enough, we may find some talent, but I don't know.
Do a bit of rock opera.
You dig the sand.
The sun goes down again.
We're never gonna survive.
But just in case we do, I have to say, I love you.
Sit down. Let's do a bit of Punch and Judy.
Oh, look at the ship coming in! I can only take one person, so I'm gonna beat you to death. You beat you.
You know, even though I am a puppet, I still am a woman, and I've always want to say, you son of a bitch.
That brought back seaside holidays as Splendid Brighton, didn't it? It's a bit of science fiction.
Why, the sand is irritated, Captain. I think we're not going to escape, and what's even worse, we may mutate.
I don't know. I'm going to walk up
Ouch! You're mutating already, sir.
Yes. I'm sorry about that. Play some of that music and I'll walk up to the camera, weirdly.
Thank you very much, thank you. Excellent. That's storming round. Just edges you into the lead, Tony and Mike, by 3,000 points. As we move on to a game called Authors. This is for all 4 contestants, and if they'd all 4 like to come down, they're going to make up a story between them, taking in turns, but each of them adopting the style of a favourite author. So which author are you going for, Jim?
Lewis Carroll.
Lewis Carroll, always very popular. Alice the Looking Glass, all that kind of stuff. Steve?
Jackie Collins.
Jackie Collins. Almost equally popular author. Yes, Tony?
Well, I'd like to do it in the style of that weird, disembodied head who does the TV ads for the Sun newspaper.
All right. I think that is Jackie Collins, actually, but never mind. Mike McShane.
A favorite American children's author who passed away a year ago, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss, yes, we're all familiar with him. Now then, title for the story, that's all we need. That's a nice, simple story.
The life of the nursery school.
A day in the life of a nursery school. Right, that's, I think, reasonable enough. A day in the life of a nursery school, starting with you, Jim, as Lewis Carroll. Take it away.
Alice was feeling very flustered. The 5-year-olds had just set fire to her feet. It was a perfectly normal Friday, but she felt somehow a little stoned. "Don't bogart that joint, bitch," said the big caterpillar in the corner. Past the duchy on the left-hand side.
The caterpillar was called Blanche de Celery. And she moved into the sunlight, arching her back and moaning slightly, her proud breasts standing out like pink grapefruits.
And you can see them on page 3. There's always more nude caterpillars in the sun.
Alice said beyond belief, "I will not smoke that massive spleef. That massive spleef is so huge, I feel like riding in your luge." And the caterpillar then, he got in and said, "My name is Ben. Get in my luge and then we'll fly. We'll fly and then we'll say goodbye."
Alice suddenly had a screaming attack of the munchies, and the 5-year-olds had taken away all her chocolate.
And then 2 Dutch lorry drivers came in. One was called Truck Van Rental, the other was called Hertz Van Hire.
They stood there playing the Alice bingo game.
If the game is done, I'd like to leave. My children are left for me, I believe. The caterpillar said, "You cannot go. We have to go to the planet Schmo." So Schmo they went, and Schmo they did. And they found themselves a little kid who was part of her group, and he was crying. And on his butt were 2 eggs frying.
Okay, thank you very much. That's it, thank you. That's it, yes, very good. I'll score that in the style of Magnus Magnusson and have a glance at the scoreboard, and I see we're all equal. And let's move on to song styles. For Mike McShane, he's going to make up a song here on the spot in the studio with the assistance of Richard Branch at the piano. Now, what we like somebody to suggest is some everyday object that you might find in a bathroom for him to make up a song about. So, that's... Toilet dust. I'm sorry, dear. No, we've already had soap suggested. So soap and like a musical style for him to sing it in.
MGM musicals.
MGM musical. That's a fairly broad style. You want to try that?
Sure.
MGM musical. Soap. Mike McShane. Richard Branch.
I've got that bar in my hand again. I've got that bar in my hand, and I'm gonna lather up my friend. From the top to the bottom, I'll scrub. From back down again, give it a rub. And you'll be clean as a whistle.
Well, that's points going up plenty on that one. Now we go on to a game called World's Worst. That's for all 4 contestants who'd like to step forward. And you've got to come up with the examples of the world's worst person to audition for Hamlet, to play Hamlet. As you think of them, I'll buzz, and where you go.
All right, here's one. The king comes in, you know, he's been sleeping with my mother, and I'm really upset.
I think it needs some lightening up. Maybe Hamlet could have a song.
Oh,
to be or not to be now.
Is it set in Denmark? Because I don't have a passport.
I'm Danny LaRue. I've been in the business 40 years!
Yeah, just let me get the tights on, Frank. What?
I mean, because basically he's a man on the edge, isn't he? I know how he feels.
See, my contract with El Dorado is just finished.
Tobe or not Tobe?
To be or not to be? That's a good question, a fair question, and one which I intend to deal with.
Okay, thank you very much, Boy, is the scoring getting exciting now, I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you, but it isn't. Now we're going to do a game called Props. They're divided into 2 pairs of 2 for this. And Steve and Mike, you have to come up with as many different ways of using this, whatever that is, in the time available. Okay. While the other pairing, that's all you've got, I'm afraid. Tony and Jim, I'll buzz when we get the idea of what you're doing. Take it away.
All right, I'm not a natural brunette.
Yes, I will fertilize the eggs. Yes.
I'm going to murder you simply because you're Father Smurf.
You poked me too hard!
Hello, welcome to the not terribly convincing torture chamber. Get down!
Oh, it's the heaviest cold I've ever had, Doctor.
What gerbil?
Hello, I'm an extra on Doctor Who.
There's been a dreadful accident with Sooty.
Hello, I'm an extra on El Dorado. They're desperate.
Okay, that's done there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's move on. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, that was obviously an inspiring pair of props. As we move on to a game called Scene to Music for Jim and Steve, like to come on down. All we're going to do is just a little action and react to some music as it comes in. And you're just a guy in an office, one of you's a guy in the office waiting for the secretary to arrive. All right? But respond to the music when it plays. Where you go.
What's been going on here? All my files are out of place. Where is that woman gone?
Good morning.
Ah, Betty, there you are. Yeah, Betty. Betty, she was blonde, she was blue-eyed, she was tall, she was busting out all over. She made my fly buttons hit the ceiling, but I had to question her about the files.
The files seem to be in a mess. Is it near or is it hot in here? It wasn't me, it was hot in here. The building was on fire.
Yeah, it was hot. She was a walking sauna, and I was ready to sit down on her bench. Yeah, she made me feel like 2 men, 3 men, 4 men. I felt like 100 men, but all I wanted was Betty.
Here, why don't you let me rearrange those files? And I knew which files he wanted me to rearrange.
She slipped across the floor like she was on ice, and the ice melted beneath her. I looked at my files. They were all neat and tidy. What could I do but order with the weekend off?
He ordered me the weekend off. He ordered me the weekend off. So I took the weekend off. Bye!
Very exciting dramatic climax there, the weekend off. Let's move on to a game called Party Quirks, which features Tony Slattery as the host of a party. All the others are guests at the party. The guests have each been allocated a strange way of behaving, a quirk, and Tony has to guess what they are just from the way the others perform their roles. So, Tony, if you'd like to come on down. The others are going to come in over there. I'll make a doorbell noise for them. And so, the party is ready, is it, Tony?
Yes, the party is ready, and
Got all
the
your
theme
bits
of
and
my
pieces?
party is 60s dance crazes.
It always is at your house, don't you know?
Well, that's enough of that. I'll go and open the door. Hello, Steve, come on in.
Pardon?
I said, hello, Steve, come on in.
What? Why don't you invite me in?
Please, come in. And would you like a trifle?
What?
A trifle? I'll be with you in a moment. Hello, Jim, come on in.
Oh, hello.
You unthinking bastards! Look at you, how can you just stand there?
You're not Eleanor Bronner.
What is he saying? What kind of party is this? Where's the piano?
Oh, you're always complaining.
Where's the
I
piano?
better get another. Come on in, for God's sake. What is...
Captain, they got Cletus, and they got Roy. I swear to you, I've never seen so many dead bodies before. My mama said that they were crazy. Them blue coats are mad. They are. I swear they
Get
are.
back to the Civil War.
That'll do, yes. Come on, you've got 2 more to do. Let's see what...
I look at this beautiful carpet, I just think shag is what I think.
Can I roll it up and take it in the bedroom?
You're in love with carpet.
Yes! Now, who's this? What's he doing? Come on!
This piano has no strings, I can't hear the music!
You are... Oh, Beethoven!
I could hardly stand the tension there, but the yelps of pleasure worth waiting for, as they often are with Tony. And now we go on to a game called Bartender. This features Mike McShane as the bartender. He's going to be seeing his customers come in, and they, instead of complaining or speaking to him, will be singing their problems to him, and he'll be singing them instructions or advice back. This will all be done with this as Richard Branch at the piano. So who should we have on first? Let's say Steve. So Steve, come on down. Now let's pretend Steve is angry about something. What is he angry about?
Constipation.
Constipation. That's a good suggestion, or possibly a cry for help. So away you go, Steve. You're angry about constipation. See what you make of that.
What can I do for you?
I'm coming here. I'm in a bit of a flap. And you look like a helpful chap. I feel all cornered like I'm in a trap. And it's just because I just can't crap.
Don't try here. It'll be a big mess. I'm stuck for a solution, I confess. I don't want to see you get any meaner, so here, take this vacuum cleaner.
Okay, well, that's... I think... Well done, Mike. Well done, Mike. I think you got to the bottom of that problem. Now let's come on, Jim. Now he's drinking to forget something, but what's he trying to forget?
Impotence.
All right. Well, we're hitting a sort of taste level here, which is being nicely maintained. So there you are. You're trying to forget impotence, Jim. Where you go.
So, what's the problem?
I've got a problem, it's making me sick. Frankly, I've got a useless dick. My life, it ain't no fun. Man, it's just a real bummer. Can you help me about my useless dick?
Come again? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I take those problems seriously. Lack of orgasm can make you deliriously upset. I've got an idea for you. Here's a stiff one that ought to do. For yourself another on a house.
Yes, very good. Yes. stiff one on the rocks. Well done. Now, let's... Tony. Tony, he's in love with somebody or something. What is... Yeah. Babben? Oh, he's in love with the barman. Oh, that'd be quite nice. Yes, that's rather touching, isn't it? You're in love with the barman. Let's use your imagination and where you go.
So you've been coming in quite a bit. What's up?
I'm the bacon. And you're my chips. I'd like to shipwreck in those standy-out nips. You are the center of my life. If you weren't a big butch man, I'd ask you to be my wife.
You know, a lot of people say strange things, but very few of them get through to my heartstrings. I put up a front, oh, for so long, but that burning in your eyes is oh so strong. You see through me, then do me right here.
Okay, all right. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I'm sorry. That being the final game, I have to total up the score, and I discover this is a dead heat between Steve Steen and Tony Slattery. So well done, Steve Steen and Tony Slattery. Well done. And the price of winning is to read the credits in my style of my choosing. I like to do it in the style of two people having a fight. And for coming second, could the other two be two people trying to stop them having a fight? OK, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Sweeney, Steve Steen, Tony Slattery, Mike McShane, Richard Francis, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.